Hey guys, StinaRose here, and welcome back to AlphaCraft Season 5. I have a very, very cool AlphaChat to share with you today. I'm heading over to Ginerous's base, and he has a ton to show. So let's get right into it.
Do you want to go through the portal and I'll show you?
Let's do it.
So yeah,
this is a fabulous view of your eagle.
The best spot to be, funny enough, is on top of the eagle when the sun first comes up, and especially if you've got shaders on. The shaders reflect onto the mountain here. So it's like there's like a big shadow of an eagle on top of on the mountain.
Oh, that's cool. This whole thing is cool. Wow.
Yeah, it's a...
Okay, do I even want to know how much material went into that bridge?
So the bridge is about 60% done in total. There's still quite a lot of it to go right past round and go around the whole like another half of my base. But each section, so like that diagonal section there with the arches, that alone takes about 3 shulkers of just spruce fences. Which obviously fences are quite expensive.
Yes, they are.
And then it's about a shulker and a half of just pure spruce logs.
Wow.
That's obviously that's per individual like track.
That's crazy. It's beautiful, but it's crazy.
Oh, it's expensive. Don't get me wrong. That's why I've had the shop over at the shopping district.
Yeah.
For anyone obviously that wants to sell me logs, I'll take them and I'll give you diamonds for them. Because I need like tons, and I've even like all the buildings down here are all spruce and all dark oak and.
Your buildings look great.
Do you know what? I think this season has probably been my favourite so far, just because I've got so much done and I love the theme of Western. To be fair, when you come down here, you get a perfect view of the whole scale of the mountain up top.
And this is that custom mountain that they built for you, right?
That's the one that Marky and Indy helped do.
That's cool.
So the actual front of it, the texturing is done. The back side of the mountain, there's a little bit more texturing to do.
Okay.
So obviously if you fly around, you see the texture on the mountain is a bit more different on the back side. That's the reason behind it. It's just not fully done yet.
I got it.
Right, we'll start with this building. So this building here is the housing unit for all the miners. So obviously if they were to go down there, stay overnight, come into here. Obviously down here you've got like their own like seating area, their own kitchen.
Okay.
Storage section, and then up top here is the sleeping quarters. Like they're all bunk beds.
Oh wow.
And then there was a hidden, I'll see if we can actually get into it, there's a hidden little room up top in the corner here. And the only way to actually get into it is by shifting as well.
Okay.
There you go, so you've got like another like little sleeping quarter up here.
So this is for the person who really wants to get away from everybody else.
Pretty much sit up here, read a book, and then chillax. Probably the best place to be.
This is for the scholar.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
the quiet one. There's balconies on pretty much most of the buildings, obviously overlooking different sections of the base. Obviously this side obviously you get to view the mountain, the portal, and the smelting. Yeah, the smelting unit on the left side over there.
Okay.
On the other side obviously you get a view of the whole inside of the quarry.
Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, when you're standing down here in the sheer scale of those tracks is quite tall.
Yeah, very much so.
Quite tall to say the least. Oh nice, GG, yeah, okay. So obviously this is the housing unit. The one opposite us is the workshop building. So, and then obviously the building next to us is the so-called dangerous building.
The one we put our bows away before entering?
Absolutely.
Oh, I like this design.
So it's obviously a little smelting unit there, obviously. There's that, then there's basically a whole workshop section over this side. More workshop and storage part in the back room here. So essentially this is just where they'll bring all the stones in, all the ores, kind of separate them all a little bit, cut them down to smaller pieces and then move them onto a different section of the quarry.
Oh, this is so cool. Now, are you going to start like putting like little custom heads on shelves or?
Do you know what? I actually could do. I actually never thought about it until you just mentioned it, but that could be something that I could do. Add like little ores, like gold ores, like maybe a couple iron dotted around. That could be actually quite a good idea. I might do that.
You could even have like a minecart where they're fixing it up or something.
Ooh.
So the first question I have for you, Jin, is what do you call this?
A biscuit.
Do you have
this is definitely a biscuit.
Do you have a favorite flavor of biscuit?
Do you know what? It's gonna sound dead boring, but I'm gonna say chocolate.
Yeah?
It's very, very boring. I know there's obviously a load of other flavours out there, but I think chocolate's my go-to, where I can always rely on it. You know, we kind of know what this building is. It's the one where you have to keep your bows inside your inventory and keep your arms together.
In fact, I'm going to move it right out of my hotbar.
That's probably quite a good idea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this building could probably level a whole quarry.
Yeah. This would
lot.
make you so sad.
I'd be in tears, probably in a corner by the portal, crying if this was the case.
It might be the end of your season.
Yeah, I think someone then could come over and just take whatever's here and have it. there's that much to it. It's like.
Oh, this is a good use of the concrete powder to look like gunpowder. That's really good.
Yeah, so obviously we've actually seen someone use that as like a design for this. And I was like, do you know what? I'm kind of going to use that and implement it into this a little bit. Oh, good deal. But yeah, no, I like the use of the gunpowder. Like that's gunpowder. And you know what? I would have never thought by way of putting red candles on the top of TNT.
But it looks great.
Yeah. To act as the ignition to the TNT.
I noticed none of them are lit.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. Let's keep them as not being lit.
Oh, and you got your jukebox. This is a perfect place for question number 2. And a piano? Oh, wow. It's got everything. So, my second question for you is, what is your favorite Minecraft music disc?
Right. I've got 2.
Okay.
So the first one is Pig Step.
Yep.
Pig Step, and then there's is it called The Other Side, the new one?
Yes.
And that one.
Those are both such good additions to the game, for sure.
They're my favourite 2. Right. We'll come over this side first before we go into the so-called big building over there. So this is the quarry section. Originally this was actually all water.
Was it really?
So I've drained all this out.
Okay.
Going right the way down. But to be fair, most of this quarry land that we actually stood on now was water.
Wow.
But I've changed it all up a little bit of landscape.
So sponges are your friend, or?
Yeah, so I think I went and raided probably about a good 20 ocean monuments just to go and gather as many sponges as I could, just to clear this out. But yeah, so as I was saying before, this is kind of not fully finished, because I've got essentially one more building, which is the building behind you, like the floor in here.
Okay.
That's actually currently being worked on in my next episode.
Oh, okay.
And then down here, obviously I need to go around and add like structural beams going across, add like mine carts coming up and down and out of all this, and add like little like just basically like kind of little details. It doesn't have to be like an actual proper functioning quarry, just like an aesthetic look.
Right. Okay.
So there's that there, and then you might be able to see in the background there's a broken town.
Yes, I didn't notice that until we came out of the TNT building.
Yeah, because I've changed most of the landscape as well for this. It is hollow behind mountain. Essentially what I've done is I've kind of like squared it off, like I cut out a whole like chunk, a few chunks, and then built it up, and then obviously re-landscaped like the terrain around obviously the building to fit it.
Oh, cool.
But getting all the wheat though for this to make packed wood was quite a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, it's
inside,
so good though.
Inside all the buildings, obviously all run down. It's all all the beds are still here and all of the little details are still here, but it's like most of it saying is the whole point of it is meant to be a run down, broken village.
Oh, what a cool aesthetic! And they're all done like this.
All of them are done like this.
That's a ton of work.
Yeah, I think they're all done like that. There's not one that's like an actual like normal one. I think they've all got like some sort of like cobwebs or blocks missing. Yeah, the one thing I'm going to be doing from my whole base is connecting everything up like via paths.
Okay.
But obviously I'm going to need a lot of materials to do that. But obviously, like for example, this broken town here will be connected up to the quarry. The quarry will be connected up to the Durango. Durango will be connected up to town 2, and the branch, and so on and so forth. Everything will be all connected to one another. So, because what I want to do is once I got this all done, I want to get a horse, and then essentially use that as my mode of transport going around the base.
That makes complete sense. Yeah.
Because it kind of obviously fits with my skin as well as being like a sheriff.
Oh, what a fabulous skin!
Do you know what? Funny enough, one of my supporters actually made this skin for me.
I love your cranes.
So I've only got 2 variants for this. I've obviously got the small one, which is the one on the right side, and then this is the so-called big one. But yeah, this to be fair, this actually didn't take too long to build. It was more the hardest part was getting the diagonals in place.
Oh, I bet. My third question for you is: if you worked in a circus, what would your job be?
Okay, if it was working at a circus, I'd probably be the guy in the cannon that gets shot out of the cannon. So at the minute there is 2 ways into this building. There's obviously one on this front side here, one on the back side. The smelting unit is this big one. On the left side is kind of like a lounge area.
Oh, okay.
So inside here, this is the underneath section, which is like a storage unit.
I like
so
it.
Have obviously all the barrels, and where the scaffolding is, obviously is all of the empty spaces where crates could go into slots.
That's a good use of the scaffolding.
So you've got an arch connecting the 2
Ooh, I do like
places together.
that.
And then the entrance into the top section is on this side here. Inside here is the smelting. So the whole process starts on the far side down here and then works its way back across. So you'd usually have all the gold being transported up from down here, but that building I was saying about before that's not done where the spider is currently. That building will go up, but that's essentially going to be the building where all the gold comes from the quarry down below, up into that building, and then gets transported over to this building.
Okay. Ah. And so then it's processed through.
Correct. So as you get separated between obviously like stone and gold, goes down into the gold bars.
Oh, that is so cool.
The only thing I wish Minecraft had was gold slabs, because there is no gold slabs, and I've had to use sandstone.
Okay, and you can't even use concrete. Like if they had yellow concrete, that would with slabs.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's the only one thing I wish they had, but maybe one day. Who knows? So start. Then there's obviously a water generator out on this side here for the gold to cool it all down. There is actually a little room up top, to be fair, up here. Inside here is a few more bits of the TNT.
Yep.
Obviously not to the same scale as the other building, but it's just like a little bit of extra shelving units up here, just out the way. It's like a bit of storage.
Okay. For those extra things.
The windows aren't very functional. You can't actually properly look out of them.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's more just like kind of just let light inwards. Unless you
Sure
can do a
you
bit of parkour.
can.
There you go.
It's actually a really nice view.
Okay, you get a perfect view of the quarry build. The two cranes, the broken town, the whole quarry below.
Yeah. All right. While we are in this very safe space, are you team mending or team infinity on your bow?
Team Infinity. Buttons are here, and then I've got a villager little unit here. So these are obviously all trade carrots and potatoes. So the whole left side, I believe, is carrots. They all trade carrots like their top trade. And all the village on the right hand side trade potatoes.
You must have an automatic farm.
There's two carrot farms behind this section, the wall there, and there's two potato ones behind the other section.
Okay.
So if I want just some emeralds, some golden carrots, come here, get them, and then get the XP along the way with it.
You have a far more efficient golden carrot setup than I do.
How'd you get it then?
Oh no, I get it through villagers, but I have 3.
Oh, okay. I've got what? How many have I got here?
A dozen?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20.
20. Okay, yeah. I have 3.
Oh Jesus! I mean, do you know what? To be fair, if it's only for a personal size, 3 is quite a lot. To be fair, just for a personal use.
It is. And then I decided to be cheeky and sell carrots myself.
But no, that's a good idea because I was running out. At that point, I didn't have those villages. I was just getting kind of some gold and some carrots and just see how many I could make at one time.
You were handcrafting them?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I wasn't buying any. They were getting handcrafted. Right. Funny story about this little tent here. So, when Mark and Indy were building this mountain, they asked could I build a little tent and a sleeping quarters where they could put all the items and all the terracotta. So I built one just outside of my storage room here, just for them. And obviously I've kind of kept it there since. But once I fully get rid of once I fully do the mountain, then this tent will probably come down along with obviously all the items. But all these are pretty much majority of them are filled up with terracotta.
Okay.
Just so I can use for building, taking blocks down onto it.
But see, it still looks like it's intentional instead of just a chest monster. That's really
I think what it makes it is the little shelves on the side.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then behind you is my storage unit.
Okay. With some more of those custom cactuses. Ooh.
To be fair, I spent quite a while actually trying to design this.
Oh, I like it. So this is... Oh, I see. In the floor. You've got...
So in the floor is what items would be found in that section.
Okay.
So, you might find, for example, the mud bricks on this side. You obviously got the clay there, because obviously in order to make mud bricks you need clay.
Right.
So clay would be in that chest there along with it.
Okay.
I've separated them all as well into different things. So I'd have all the blocks down below. Then the second one would be slabs. The third one would be stairs. Fourth one's usually walls. Okay. And then the top one's like a spear.
Wow.
So it's a little bit more organised than what it used to be.
I like it. And again, it looks great. Okay, Jin, do you have any pets?
Do I have any pets? Well, I mean, I have this pet cow go next to me.
Okay, rephrase. Do you have any pets in real life?
In real life, so I used to have a dog. Her name was Heidi.
Aww.
So it used to be a little cocker spaniel. It was black with a white crest to it down the middle.
Aww.
Obviously, I think it was when I was about 4 or 5 years ago now. Obviously passed away just of old age because we've had it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But since then, obviously, I've never had another pet since.
Okay.
But over my whole course of my lifetime, I've had a dog. I've had 4 rabbits. I don't know if you'd count a goldfish as a pet because I've had countless goldfish. And I think I've had 3 or 4 hamsters as well.
Oh, that's a great use of the bell. Probably not the side that you're supposed to look at the train from, but...
It's not, but it's not. Either way, there's 4 carriages, I believe, 4 or 5 carriages going down the back that people would obviously sit in. There's the coal section to fuel it, and then obviously the front of the actual main carriage itself, pulling the whole thing across. I'm going to have about 2 more of these trains on the train tracks. Obviously, once I get the whole train track built and put into place, there'll be a couple more dotted around, but there might be one more exactly like this, but the next one might be a low, like the front of the train is the exact same. The rest of the cars behind it will be like the ones that hold gold, logs, any extra stuff like materials instead of carriages.
Okay.
But that obviously will be once you get the whole base built.
Right.
Inside, all the carriages are all this pretty much the same. It's all detailed going down. Little storage units up top.
Come on. Oh!
We'll get there eventually.
Try it
to
again.
be fair, you might be actually you'll be able to get on from this side on the train station itself.
Oh, look at that! There's a platform. That's how you're supposed to get on a train. Oh, I would not.
Would make sense.
Oops.
Celebration firework.
I would not make a very good train robber.
To be fair, don't be giving any ideas to Bunny or Frill.
True.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing was said about.
Wait, who said that? I heard no one.
No one said anything about train robbers. Sorry.
The inside's very just basic. Inside the station, it's just a couple seats, bit of storage unit, and that's it. It's nothing.
No ticket
too
seller?
special. The ticket seller would probably be, I'd assume, be on this side somewhere. Or I'd have to make a little station for him. So I might even do that out here, to be fair. I have like a little underneath this platform.
Yeah, you gotta sell tickets to places.
Do you know what? I'll do that. That's a good idea. I'll do that off camera, and I'll add that here. And then the next time you visit, there'll be a ticket seller there.
Okay, there we go. Jin, I know that you had to have spent a lot of time playing Minecraft, but do you have a favorite game outside of Minecraft?
Ooh, that is a very good question. So, I've got a game. Funny enough, I'll probably say this is actually my favourite game so far, which I've had like a few of the alphas kind of brought me into playing it recently, which is 7 Days to Die. Let's just say I'm starting to get a bit addicted to it. That whenever I'm not on the server here, I'm usually on that playing it.
Oh, we gotta look at your sign.
Ah, the famous Durango sign.
There we go. And it is actually Durango today.
Mm-hmm. It's not a ground anymore. So it was funny because I came back just one day just flying over, made nothing of it. And to be fair, it was when I was starting like an intro for a video. I usually just come in, fly over to this section, and I was like, that doesn't say Durango. So I flew back and I was like, I've been pranked. Someone came over here and just decided to swap the whole banners around. Which you know what? It got a good giggle out of me, to be fair. I kept up for a while. I was like, you know what? I'll keep the prank up for a while and see what See if people recognise what happened.
Oh, the covered wagon is so good.
So there's 2 of these in this town, and I'm gonna add a few when I start adding because I'm gonna make the whole base like the same path as like this, the flooring, going around obviously the whole base. But going around it all, I'm gonna add like a few more of those wagon carts, a few broken down ones, and other little details.
Oh, that'll be so good.
You've got the mighty Viking brothers over here in shackles.
So is there a reason why they're in shackles?
Not really. I think when I was doing it, because I was doing it midstream, and when someone obviously had explained it, you should do like, I think it was, I could be wrong, but I think it was either like Doreen, or I think it was Bunny or someone else. They said, you know what, why don't you do the Viking brothers inside shackles there? I was like, you know what, that'd probably be a good idea. They've done nothing wrong to me, but I'm just gonna put them in shackles anyway.
Oh, too funny.
So I'm really going to expect a prank coming back to me that's going to backfire because of that.
I imagine so, yes.
Yeah. So I've not gone around just yet, but I will add, funny enough, myself into this office.
Okay.
Like being on the chair here.
Good idea.
Being sheriff. But obviously I need to get around to actually essentially dying again to get my head. So all the buildings are pretty much detailed on the inside, apart from this building, the bank, which that's one thing I need to get around to doing. But inside the bank is the most valuable section of the whole base.
Oh, yeah, your vault, right?
Yeah, which to be fair, I'll have to get a key to open it.
And it's totally secure. No one else can get in there.
No one else can get into here.
But the guy who made it.
Indy made this. Indy made the whole redstone behind this. So you put it in. The book should appear back in front of us there. Come across, and then you got the vault section down here.
Oh, it looks so good.
And inside all the chests are all my advancements.
Okay, so that's how you decide to store them this time.
Store them all. So this is a totally secured room that no one can get into.
That's good because, you know, Wild West robbers are definitely a thing.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make sure I've got the best security system. Only I can access it. And any goods I get, so I mean like diamonds, gold, and everything will all go into here.
Oh, that's so great.
But yeah, this turned out really, really well. Like I was really, really pleased with how this turned out in the end.
And I do love how like you've got all the gold. And you know, you're not worried about showing off diamonds or anything like that. It's just like, no, it's gold.
Well, obviously because the whole like Western theme back then, like obviously the like kind of the rich people obviously had gold bars, gold coins. That was all how it was back then. Obviously you wouldn't have like, for example, diamonds, so it fits the theme of going with gold.
Exactly.
And I was like, you know what, perfect, 'cause obviously there's a lot of gold blocks and variants of blocks that I could use. And even if I wanted to, I could actually use the head database and bring some of the little mini heads in as well.
Oh, true.
I had some little heads dotted around. But yeah, so on this side as well, you can actually lock it from the inside as well.
Okay.
So obviously you're going to press the button, it'll should lock over.
Okay.
And you can press it again and it should unlock it from this side.
I like the should.
It should. Knowing Redstone, I don't trust Redstone, but I trust Indy with the Redstone.
True. Indy's kind of a genius. So, could you describe for me your ideal sandwich?
This might sound a bit odd. So, ideal sandwich. Obviously, you've got bread across the bottom layer. Then you've got a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of bacon, but like crispy bacon.
Okay.
A little bit of ham, cheese, lettuce, and then the bread on top again.
Ooh.
It does sound a little bit odd, but having obviously the bacon and the ham as at the meat section, the cheese to take away the flavour a little bit, and the lettuce is just a so-called, should we say, greenery on the lettuce to make it look healthier than probably what it is. But yeah, that's probably my ideal sandwich I'd go for. Every other building though around this around Durango is done.
So
the interior's all done. So there's a church, there's a jail cell, a library, a saloon, there's barber's tools, weaponsmith, leather worker, a butcher's. There's always different buildings just all dotted around, like build your professions.
This is so good. Now, okay, is this all your own designs, or are you pulling designs from somewhere else?
So there's a couple that are my designs on their own, and there's a couple that I kind of took inspiration from.
Okay.
Because the church is one that I took a little bit of inspiration from. I was like, I like the way it's set out with the dark oak and the spruce.
Yeah.
And obviously with the whole theme being Western, obviously it kind of fits with the theme as well.
It does.
I like the way the person made I forgot who made it was, but I like the way they made the actual shape of the build. So I kind of redid it, obviously with their own textures and their own style to it.
Mm-hmm.
The church is actually probably one of my favourite detailed buildings because of the curtains and the glass and.
I like it.
There's a little staircase on the back section here as well.
So you can go up to the gallery.
Yeah, you might have to shift if you need to go up to it. Yep. And then obviously this goes up to the bell tower.
And you can actually ring the bell?
Yep.
Oh, how cool.
So there's that. On this side down here is obviously the bar, you've got the toolsmith, the weaponsmith. You've got a hotel here as well, so any travellers overnight
Okay.
can stay in. The two buildings, so the bank and this building, are the only two buildings that I've got with a lot of terracotta use in them. Obviously that kind of stands out compared to the rest of them.
Yes.
But I don't mind, because I know most of the other buildings have got spruce, the dark oak is the actual main blocks. I want those two buildings to kind of stand out, so they're not they are a bit of an eyesore when you're looking at it from a distance, but because there's enough spruce signs around it, it kind of almost blends in a little bit, along with obviously the other blocks. So it doesn't stand out too much, but it's recognisable from a distance.
I don't have a bet on you.
I do indeed.
I'm just looking at the light level dropping and I'm like, this is going to be bad in a moment.
Going to be a lot of creepers and a lot of spiders and skeletons all wandering around. I've already had it, to be fair, where I think I was building actually, funny enough, this tool building here. I was building here, I didn't realise creeper came here and just blew this whole section up. I was like, I've got to redesign obviously this little section.
Oh, sad days.
It was, to be fair, it didn't take too long to repair it, but it's just the fact obviously that it was just a bit of an inconvenience.
Yeah. This whole town looks great.
It's really come together compared to how I'd imaged it in my head of how I wanted it to be, but getting it from your head to your fingers is the hard part.
It is, and there's so much life here.
And there's always room to make it more lively. I'd say adding little shopkeepers, adding a couple of armor stands dotted around, and
yeah.
Because my original plan was actually to put villagers in this town. Actual villagers, just letting them roam free and wandering around.
You would have to light it up a whole lot more than it is.
Yeah, that's the issue. That is the issue.
Oh. Now, as you're playing Minecraft, do you have any strange keybinds or playing practices? Unusual playing practices?
Do you know what? Obviously, with the mods we're allowed to have on the server and other stuff, obviously I've got different keys obviously for those different things. So for example, if I pressed F7 now, obviously it shows the light level of the floor, so I can see where's obviously all spawnable spots and where's not.
Which is everywhere?
Which is everywhere is currently 0, which is a spawnable spot. Literally, my whole base is 0 basically. Because I'm one of those Minecraft players that decides, you know what, torches, Who needs them?
Yeah. Whereas I'm like, hide all the light, everything has, yeah, anyway.
But yeah, apart from that, like, I think, apart from like the mod stuff, if it was obviously taking all the mod side out the equation, I've got no other keybinds that like I specifically use. I kind of just use the default.
Okay.
I'm so used to playing on the default that I kind of just stick with it. And then on the right hand side of the tunnel is the ranch.
Oh. Oh, I love it.
Which is obviously got cars plate. There is, funny enough, one horse here, which might actually be the horse I use.
What cool custom trees.
Yeah, to say the least, it's quite an expensive custom tree. Using fence gates and fences.
Oh, but it's so
it works.
cool.
And obviously because it's acacia, because acacia's not the most easiest wood to gather compared to like the dark oak, spruce and jungle.
Awful. Oh, I love it.
There's nothing as bad as mangrove to get the wood for.
True. That is true.
It's still somewhat difficult to gather. But I'm going to add probably more of these like trees dotted around, because you can see there's already a few dotted around the outside of the ranch. Actually, to get a saddle for that horse, don't I? That would make sense.
It's okay.
That makes sense. But yeah, going around the outside, there is... I think you can probably get out from this way, yeah. Cool. So yeah, I'll add like a little reservoir up here with this water. That's like a custom built, custom made one.
Okay.
On that side over there, this little flat section on the other side, I'm going to be adding the stables there, because that's the only thing I'm missing at the minute over on the ranch section, is the stables.
Are you going to do a whole horse breeding program? And
I might do. It's very long-winded.
It is.
But I might do. Because actually getting a speedy horse would be quite ideal, considering the scale of my base.
So you said that you were going to have paths all over. Are you eventually going to do like a horse race?
That might actually be a very good idea.
It'd be really cool.
I think I might do something like that and have it go right the way through my whole base.
Yeah.
And have different checkpoints going around.
I think it would be really cool.
Bring all the alphas over and have a little competition.
Yeah.
A big prize for the winner. Potentially the prize of, I don't know, maybe this.
What is this? Bye!
They're very rare then. I've only got 4 of them.
If you had the means to go anywhere today, where would you go?
In the real world?
In the real world.
Ooh. In the real world, so there's 2 places I'd probably go to right now. Either the Maldives, and go like on just a week there in the sun, the beach, the sea, the lot. Either there, or go and see a friend of mine over in Michigan. So this big flatland here is essentially where I'm going to build a whole other town, like what you've seen over Durango on the far side. Over here is going to be another town.
Okay. So is this town going to have a slightly different feel to it, or is it going to feel more like a copy of Durango?
So it's going to be almost a similar version to Durango, but the buildings will be in different spots.
Okay.
So I'm going to have the train station over by this lava pool that was a love heart, or a broken love heart.
Oh, it is a love heart.
This just naturally spawns when we lived in the world. This was how it was.
Wow.
Obviously, I've killed the lava out now, but so there's that. But there'll be a train station around here somewhere.
Okay.
Connecting the obviously when I build the train tracks going around, it'll come around here and connect up to the train station here.
Oh, it's the eagle. It's like, What's in the sky? It's the eagle.
That eagle is ginormous. So this is something that Indy decides to add at the very top.
Oh.
Which I love the use of his armor stand.
Oh, he's keeping track of. That's so good.
It's a really nice little feature he's built there.
Oh, that's so good.
Get a whole look over the whole quarry and the eagle.
Oh, that's so good.
Because essentially what there's going to be up to here is like a kind of like an adventure that comes to the top of the mountain on an adventure to see obviously what was up here and set up his own little like his little tent, little base, little campsite. And then, because what I want to do is I want to add a skeleton skull around here that obviously had passed away with time, and
oh yeah,
and obviously like I say a whole backstory behind this section as well.
Oh, this is so good. And it's gonna, I mean, it's gonna even be better as you finish the railroad.
Oh, absolutely. Once I get the railroad in, once I get more mountains built into place, once I get the paths all connected together, it will really, really start to take shape then. And you get, I mean, to be fair, I know it's, I have got a bit, should we say, over the top this season with sheer scale and everything. Because I know obviously we're only obviously really limited to what is it 500 in each direction from the centre point.
Right.
And I've kind of claimed almost 1,000 blocks. I've claimed the whole mesa essentially.
But you're making use of it.
I'm trying to get as much as I can throughout the whole thing, yeah. But yeah, the whole I was gonna add like little what are they called? You know, like kind of like a volcano where you have like the smoke coming through the water.
Oh, the geyser?
That's it. I was going to add a few of them potentially going around the mountain as well. But I've just not got around to doing it yet.
Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, now I want to go put on a cowboy hat and ride a horse and. All right, my final question for you, Jen, is I know that you've been playing AlphaCraft now for a couple of seasons, and I'm just kind of asking if you could share a favorite AlphaCraft memory.
A memory?
It could be from this season or a previous season.
If there's one from this season, I would probably say it was watching Puma not kill a dragon at all for quite some time. But obviously, obviously all those alphas work together trying to get the dragons down low health, and one at a time we all decided, you know what, we're going to get the final kill, get the achievement, and then Puma just couldn't get it, and just ever got it before him.
I watched those videos. I missed that day, but I watched the videos and I just giggled.
It was a really good laugh, especially because you could hear Puma, like his voice was getting louder and louder, just like he wanted it. He wants that final blow. So there was either that, or there's potentially the builds that I'd done last season of building the hot air balloons going over the mountain from spawn.
Oh, those were amazing. Well, thank you so much for giving me a tour around your base and then doing the interview with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
Well, I hope that you enjoyed that tour with Ginerous. It was so much fun seeing everything that he's doing at his Mesa base. It's looking amazing. And I hope that you also enjoyed hearing his answering of the questions. But guys, that's all that I have time for today. I hope that you have a fabulous day. Remember, be kind to each other, be kind to yourself, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!